first 10 minutes after you wake up. Let's talk about it. I think for some, maybe many, mornings are tough. Maybe it's an emotional thing. Maybe it's a physical thing. For some of us, when we first wake up, our thoughts are scattered. Maybe our bodies are aching and in pain. And you make a judgment at that point about how your day's going to go. I'm here to tell you, give yourself 20 minutes each morning. Once you start moving, and don't determine that how you feel that first 5, 10, 15 minutes is how your day is going to be. Some people may wake up with an emotional hangover. You know, the challenges from yesterday not met. Maybe you had a disagreement with someone. Perhaps you had an encounter at with a person or at a place or with a thing, and it didn't go the way you planned, and you let it bother you, and you slept on it, and now you wake up and it's there again this morning. As a practicing meditator, these descriptions I just made are a perfect example of why meditation is important first thing in the morning. After I open my eyes and get moving a little bit, I grab a coffee and go on my deck for 5 or 10 minutes and just sit there in silence. I don't try to control my thoughts. I sit there and let my thoughts flow. They're not as scattered as they used to be because I practice spiritual principles, been doing that for decades, and at the end of the day, each day, I'm aware of any unresolved issues and what I need to do to set things right, to make peace with the world. And so I don't have those kind of troubles in the morning. It's more aches and pains, stiffness for me at age almost 66. I'll be 66 in August. So I just sit on the deck and let my thoughts flow. Imagine a small river, if you will, in your mind, and instead of water, it's all these thoughts. A river of thoughts. So after a minute or two, these thoughts are flowing along, and then I start to collect my thoughts. The ones that are important, perhaps what I'm going to do that day, or I can separate the thoughts. These have no meaning. And these thoughts are meaningful. Okay, so now I start to focus. Remember what I told you, where your focus goes, that's where your energy flows. 5 minutes, okay? If you don't have 5 minutes, get up 5 minutes earlier. Find a place to sit, unencumbered by distractions, like a television, a phone, beeps, buzzes. Don't turn on your TV, don't go to Facebook, don't go to X, don't start playing video games, don't watch the news. Sit for 5 minutes, sit. Let your thoughts flow like a river, and then collect the thoughts that are meaningful. After a period of time, after I'm done ice packing my lower back and putting an infrared pad on my upper back and taking my morning supplements, I get my dog, we hop in the van and come down here to the sacred grove amongst the sacred trees to have a sacred moment by the sacred creek. And it is sacred to me. It's my sanctuary, the sacred grove I built in honor of my ancestors, the Danes, the Vikings. If you're Irish or Scottish, there's a good chance your ancestors also built sacred groves, sanctuaries, places to meditate, maybe have ceremonies of sorts, reflection. By the time I leave here, about an hour later, I'm balanced. I'm balanced. I've already decided what is significant and what is not significant. Sitting here listening to the birds, listening to the creek, chickens and roosters down the road. It's peaceful. It's peaceful. I start my day with this resting in peace, as I mentioned yesterday. I'm resting and it's peaceful here.